I'm gonna be honest, boys, I got no idea what I want to talk about today. Let's just take a look at things that are going around that people are finding very, very satisfying. And I say satisfying and not auspicious, because I don't think anybody's looking at these things and saying, oh my god, this is a sign of things to come. Oh, it's really just satisfying. And right now, we're taking a look at the World Championships. Things are going fairly well. I didn't realize just how things were going until the Canucks Twitter uploaded their own little update of players and prospects who are at the event right now. And we're going to be taking a look at Nope, not Elias Pettersson. He's been really in a bad spot right now. Sure, let's start things off with Elias Pettersson. So, he's quarantined, basically. That's not the word they used, but that's basically what happened. Elias Andersson, the guy you might remember for playing on the same team as Rasmus Dahlin, and for most notably being the guy who threw his silver medal over into the crowd at the World Juniors, he was Elias Pettersson's roommate, and now they're separated because Pettersson is very sick, and in an attempt to make sure that doesn't spread, he's been told to stay in his room. Elias Andersson has moved out, he's now with somebody else now, presumably, and Pettersson is by himself after a really good performance against Team France. He sat out, I think it was against Austria, and I don't really know how long this is going to continue. Obviously, I'm getting my news sources from the same sources that all you guys are getting your news. That really sucks. It really does. So I hope there's a really good recovery for him. But on the upswing, though, we got other Vancouver Canucks property who are doing very well. And the Canucks Twitter posted a tweet about a few of them. Anders Nilsson is the first one. He is a player who's playing on the Canucks this season in, let's just say, not so good backup position role. You could say it was a starting role at times even, but for the most part, Anders Nilsson wasn't necessarily the best player for the Vancouver Canucks, especially when he needed to be at times. Obviously, you can take a look at all of Vancouver Canucks goaltending last season and say that it wasn't necessarily the best. But Anders Nilsson is having a really good time dressed up in the blue and yellow for Team Sweden. 2 games played, and he's all the way up there at a save percentage of not a 935, not a 950, not a 956, or a 957, or a 958, not even a 965, or a 975. He's up there at 1.0. Anders Nilsson has had 2 straight shutouts in this tournament so far, and granted they weren't necessarily the best of teams, but still, he's suiting up. He is the guy in net for Team Sweden right now. And guys like Elias Pettersson, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, Elias Andersson, these guys are all relying on Nilsson to be that guy, that rock in the back of the net. And he totally is living up to that expectations right now. That's weird. If you're watching any of these Team Sweden games, you're watching them and you're like, oh, wait, that's the same Nilsson that played for the Canucks? Why is he making saves every single shot he faces now? We could have used that with Vancouver, and don't get me wrong, I thought Nilsson was really good at parts of the Canucks season. There was a really good stint of time where I was like, yeah, no, I'd rather have Nilsson in net than Markstrom. I preferred his passive, observing, calm goaltending style over Markstrom's quick, aggressive style at times, and there were many moments where I was like, yeah, no, Nilsson is the better goalie. He makes more saves. But as the year progressed, things got worse and worse for both goaltenders, to be honest. And now, after a little bit of rest, he is the guy for Team Sweden. The Tre Kronor. He is really good for some reason, and that's great. You know, I love seeing that out of guys that we have our names to, and obviously we could have asked for that a little bit in Vancouver, but you can't get them all, right? And all we can do is just hope that he continues to maintain this pace, because Team Sweden, I'd be fine if Team Sweden only let in like 3 goals the whole tournament, and each of those 3 goals would be from Bo Horvat. Maybe let in 1 from Michael DiPietro as well. But overall, speaking of Bo Horvat, things are looking really good for him as well. Spending the first few games with Team Canada, he's all the way there up at a point per game. 4 games played, 4 points, 2 really fantastic goals today against Team Norway. And one of them was a ridiculous short-handed goal. That one, he was just, like, going through the defenders, and he done it 5-hole on the backhand on a really, let's be honest, ignominious play for Team Norway, but a highlight reel play for Team Canada. And that was short-handed too, so Bo Horvat is being used in that role where he is relied upon heavily, and he also got a really good give-and-go, tic-tac-toe kind of passing play goal where he got the puck. He, did a really good move to get the puck through the defenders that were boxing him in. He was able to deke the puck away from himself, away from the other guys, backhand it off the boards behind the net, over to his buddy on the right side, and he was able to get himself a really good feed in the front of the net to squeak things through. 2 goals today for Bo Horvat against Norway. He also got himself 2 assists as well from earlier in the tournament, so he's up there at a point per game. If you look at the lineups from earlier into the tournament, it looks like Bo Horvat and Dubois have really settled in together as they're still playing together. But starting things off earlier, the lines were as follows: Horvat playing with Dubois and Jean-Gabriel Pageau. So, you know, Bo Horvat is a guy who doesn't necessarily have a 2-word first name, nor is he French like Pierre-Luc Dubois and Pageau, but whatever, they work, right? Right? That's all that matters, and it's just really cool. There's a lot of speculation now that I'm seeing online. There's a lot of Canucks fans on Twitter, on Reddit, in the comment section talking about, I'm hearing, I'm watching these games, you know, and Bo Horvat, yeah, he's doing pretty well. He's got some really good chemistry with that PLD, whatever his name is, PLD, Dubois, right? Right? From John Tortorella's old team, the Columbus Blue Jackets. Hey, what do you think it would take to trade for him? And there's a lot of people I'm seeing who are saying that. Like, there's genuinely a good amount of speculation saying that the Canucks should go for Dubois now. And, first off, of course they should. Dubois is a good player. Very good player. The future #1 center of the Blue Jackets. It would be very, very obvious to teams and to fans around the league that he is to be desired. So, I'm just like, okay, Dubois was always a good player? Like, does he really, do we really need to talk about this, right now? I don't know. It's something I've noticed, something I've seen online, but other than that, you know, it's just, it's good. It's good. I'm not saying that this is auspicious or anything, like earlier in the video. I'm just saying this is satisfying. It's good, because, Anders Nilsson, if he does post another 3 shutouts in a row, extending his shutout streak to 5, if he does that, it's not like we're going to expect the same thing next season in the Canucks sweaters, right? Right, it's not going to happen like that. Bo Horvat's not going to be a point-per-game player next season. But, of course, it is satisfying to watch. Well, just not if you're Elias Pettersson. That's not satisfying at all. But speaking of things, we also do got DiPietro over there, and the Canucks Twitter really did kind of poke around with DiPietro a little bit. They did say, yeah, you know, he hasn't let in a goal all tournament. Well, he hasn't really played either. I said this in my earlier video, I don't think he's getting more than 1 start, but he could see a little bit of ice time if Team Canada ever comes into a position where they need backups to step up because, let's say, they're getting blown out, which, now that I said that out loud, it doesn't really sound probable. Whatever. DiPietro's on the team, he's forming a relationship with Bo Horvat. And they've been talking about things through the media, Instagram, Twitter, and all that, how they're getting along well, and it's just putting DiPietro in a position where he wants to be in a Canucks sweater sooner, and he's looking forward to that lifestyle. It's great. It's absolutely great. We've built everything from the ground up, guys. DiPietro is learning from Bo Horvat. A Bo Horvat, by the way, who's doing fantastically well with Pierre-Luc Dubois, and a stacked Team Sweden, who's being carried by Anders Nilsson. And Elias Pettersson, my goodness, feels really bad. Feels really freaking bad. Honestly, that sucks, what he's going through right now. I just hope that it gets cleared up right away so he's able to step back into the lineup, and his teammates stop avoiding him, because they had to remove Elias Andersson, because they didn't want to risk him getting infected as well. But other than that, Anders Nilsson, with his really fantastic record in the Worlds right now, things are looking good for Vancouver Canucks players. Of course, we can expect things to die down a little bit as the tournament goes on. Nilsson will probably let in a goal or two, and Pettersson will probably slow down a little bit once he comes back. But overall, it's good. My goodness, this is a 10-minute video. I didn't really plan for that. I didn't plan for this to be more than 5 minutes. It always happens. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. For Plus News, After Rolls, like, saying gaming, and bye.